Jackie Singh. I guess we could start there. Jackie Singh is a member of GNAA, a notorious hacking group known for probably the most famous person associated with it is Weave. He's been in books. He's been interviewed. He's been arrested. He's been arrested several times for hacking, but not legal. Jackie was an associate of his. She was a member of the group. I guess at some point she decided, you know what? I want to do all the awful shit I'm doing here, but I want to get paid for it. So she decided to start working for the good guys, doing the exact same stuff, doing the exact same kind of... I don't want to call it hacking. She calls it hacking, but it's literally, just trolling. But she's doing it for the good guys, which in her warped worldview is the federal government. So she worked cybersecurity for the Joe Biden campaign. And when that came to an end, she found herself bored. I'm pretty sure very much unemployed. And she discovered Patrick S. Tomlinson. Now, she didn't do what most people do when they discover Pat Tomlinson. She didn't join on the fun. No. She saw him as a hard luck case, a victim of cyber terrorism. A victim of the exact kind of thing she was now sworn to defend her country against. Just absolute nonsense. And started publishing articles, fail doxing people, just really embarrassing stuff. I can't even begin to explain. But luckily, I have a video out there on my YouTube channel about her. It's called Not Hacking, Not Legal. Just about what an utter embarrassment Jackie Singh is. And you can go check that out. So what happens is recently Patrick S. Tomlinson, of course, had his court case trying to sue the administrator of the Opie and Anthony forums, which have been having fun. Which have been having fun with him for, a while. He's a fun guy. People want to keep up with him. And what happened next is, he lost. Jackie sees this as a major loss for democracy. She sees it. So Jackie sees Pat losing a court case, a ridiculous lawsuit, as a major loss for American democracy. And she's just not going to tolerate it. She wrote an article on typically, as Jackie always does, authoritative on a subject she doesn't understand article. As embarrassing as usual. I honestly, I think she might be too stupid to understand what makes a person stupid. So she's too stupid to understand that she is stupid. Does that make sense? I think there's what's the term for it? When in like business, an incompetent person won't know that they're incompetent, because if they knew what they were doing wrong, they wouldn't be doing it wrong. An incompetent person doesn't know they're incompetent. So Jackie is that in spades. So her article, we're going to give it a listen, maybe give it a little critique.
From SLAPP to SAAPP, Evolving Tactics in Silencing Public Voices, in which I propose we coin new terminology. Jackie Singh, No 15.
So, yeah, in which I propose we coin a new terminology. Jackie so badly wants this to coin a term just so people take her, I guess, seriously. Like, there's no content to this, but she just really wants to coin that term, and it'll become very apparent.
2023, in recent years, a proliferation of harmful behaviors and incidents in public spaces has challenged the traditional boundaries of discourse and engagement. Yet these phenomena have not been adequately captured under existing terminologies, which are widely understood and accessible to laypeople. To bridge this gap, I propose the term strategic attacks against public participation, SAAPP, a framework to help us grasp and address these evolving threats. People gathering on street during nighttime. Photo by Hazen Almasi on Unsplash. This new terminology reflects the changing dynamics of society, where public engagement and discourse increasingly fall prey to subtler, non-judicial forms of suppression and manipulation. This term encompasses a variety of tactics and strategies aimed at diminishing an individual's role in public life, a matter requiring distinct recognition and scrutiny in our digitally connected society. SAAPP attacks represent calculated efforts to diminish the victim's determination to remain active in public realms.
So Jackie so badly wants to sound smart, but she's not saying anything. She's just saying people troll other people, and that makes them not participate as much as she wants them to. Here's the problem. Okay, here, let her explain what a SAAPP attack is a little bit better. Here, I'll rewind a little bit here, and let's get back to it.
Diminish the victim's determination to remain active in public realms, contrasted with SLAPP suits, which primarily employ legal intimidation. SAAPP attacks deploy a wider spectrum tactics, chiefly focusing on personal and social aggression. SAAPP's primary objective lies not in securing a particular tangible victory, but in eroding the psychological and social resilience of the target, primarily to induce them to retract from public engagement. Victims endure a broad range of resultant harms, often in silence. SAAPP attacks, while varied in their methods, share common strategies that are distinctly damaging. These attacks can be multifaceted, combining both online and offline strategies, and the tactics are not only diverse in nature, but also insidiously crafted to undermine the victim's public and private spheres. What follows is a delineation of some of the most prevalent tactics employed in SAAPP attacks, each uniquely contributing to the overarching goal of silencing and isolating the individual. Reputational damage, spreading misleading information to damage the victim's public persona, typically via social media.
You know who does that a lot? You know who spreads misleading information to damage somebody's, through social media, to damage somebody's reputation? You know who's constantly doing that? Jackie Singh. And let me tell you about a guy named Daniel Mullen. Daniel Mullen runs a podcast called Nice Podcast Stupid over on YouTube. He takes his role as a citizen journalist far more seriously than he probably should, and because he does that, he, sometimes gets some information, privileged information, things like court documents, and whatnot, and he will sometimes use them in not unethical ways, but he will use them for entertaining ways. In entertaining ways, let's just say that. And Jackie considers this to be cyber terrorism. So what does she do? She constantly threatens to contact everybody in his personal life, to expose him to his employer. For what, by the way, I have no idea. Dan doesn't do anything illegal or anything even remotely like that. But no, she threatens, and I'm pretty sure she has contacted his employer. I'm sure she's attempted to contact his family, and to what end? It's to get her way. It's these SAAPP attacks, even though it's a ridiculous made-up term, but let's just call him that. Let's give Jackie a little respect here. She's the number one perpetrator of them. Her fail trolling, her GNAA fail trolling habits have not changed at all. She does the exact same shit. So here she and she's so fucking stupid. She is so fucking stupid. I don't think she understands that she is talking about herself. She is describing what she does. Like, I don't know if she's stupid, if she's delusional. I don't know what Jackie's deal is. But yeah, here, let's keep going.
Blogs and other digital mediums, false reviews, messages to their allies, and wild accusations can be used. This aims to discredit their work.
Allies. Messages to their allies. Jackie's brain is so rotted from, the news and just Twitter. She can't help but think outside the context of, like, culture war. Like, they're allies. You're talking about Twitter, Jackie. Why do you have allies on Twitter? You're not Gerarding Krauts. You're not dropping a bomb on Nagasaki. This isn't war. It's a metaphor that you barely seem to understand. Your allies on Twitter. Fuck, Jackie. God. So dishonest, so stupid. It's exhausting. Jackie Singh is an exhausting person.
Character, reducing their credibility, social isolation, efforts to detach victims from their networks of support, including friends, colleagues, and allies. This is achieved by fostering mistrust and discord within these circles, often through the dissemination of rumors or false claims, instigation of self-doubt, targeted harassment aimed at instilling fear, anxiety, and self-questioning in the victim. The goal is to lead the individual to doubt their capabilities, beliefs, and value, culminating in their withdrawal from public activities.
No, Jackie, the reason we want you to doubt your beliefs is because you suck at what you do. The reason we want Pat to doubt to have doubt in his abilities is because he is dog shit at what he does. You can't be terrible at something and then say, I must feel that way because of the trolls. No, you feel you're terrible at something because you're terrible at something. And you're just showing that you don't have the self-confidence. No, it's the attacks. The attacks did this to me. No. It's the fact that you stink. You stink, Jackie. The trolls didn't do that. You are incompetent. You doubt yourself because you're incompetent, Jackie. It wasn't the SAAPP attacks. It was you not paying attention in school. It was you digging around on forums instead of actually trying to learn how to program. You call yourself a programmer. Everybody who's seen your code has laughed at it. Because you just wanted to hang around with Weave. You wanted to play hacker. You wanted to be the troll, and now you want to be the hero troll. But your fantasy doesn't apply. You can't force other people. You can't make other people see your hallucinations. You can't force people to respect you. People don't respect you, and you don't respect yourself, and that is a consequence of you just never bothering to take your life seriously. Jackie. Hacking but legal. All right, let's keep going.
The impacts of SAAPP attacks can be profound and extensive. Victims often endure significant mental health struggles, including stress and anxiety, along.
That is putting the cart before the horse. Do they get these problems because of the SAAPP attacks? Or are they the victims of SAAPP attacks because they have mental problems? Because I'm not saying the mentally ill... Actually, I will say the mentally ill are more likely to be the target of trolls because the mentally ill are more likely to behave in a way that's going to attract their attention. They are more likely to, I don't know, call the news when a pizza gets delivered to their house. Call the news when somebody on Craigslist says that they're selling pepperonis made out of little black boys, as Pat Tomlinson did. This is documented fact. This was on NBC, I think. Is it because the mentally ill are more likely to do that?
Beside a possible sense of powerlessness, professionally, their work may become discredited, and their capacity to collaborate and engage with others severely restricted.
Your capacity to collaborate and engage with others is not restricted by trolls. It's restricted by incompetence. It's restricted by the fact you're not good at your job. People don't want to work with you because you're fucking nuts. You're not very good. You can't blame the trolls for that. They didn't do it. You did that. All right. I got to stop pausing or else we're seriously going to be here for another hour.
Their associates may start doubting them or avoid association to prevent becoming targets themselves. SAAPP poses serious concerns regarding freedom of expression and the right to partake in public life. By fostering a hostile environment, these attacks can dampen public discourse, dissuading others from participation due to fear of similar retaliation. Addressing SAAPP attacks can be arduous, given their secretive and dispersed nature. Unlike legal confrontations in SLAPP lawsuits, SAAPP tactics are subtler and more challenging to trace to a singular origin, even when one exists. Moreover, distinguishing between legitimate criticism and malicious attacks can be difficult for casual observers, leading them to turn away from the target of such attacks without further investigation.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell when somebody's trolling and when it's a legitimate concern. And some people might mistake the trolling for an actual concern about the quality of somebody's work or their personality. So, and then others, onlookers, start to agree. Well, that just means that the trolls were right. The trolls were right the whole time. If the public then begins to agree, what does that tell you, Jackie? What are you saying? You stupid woman. What are you saying? Anyone? Anybody want to help me out with this?
In conceptualizing SAAPP, I drew inspiration from the framework and characteristics of SLAPP. Both SLAPP lawsuits and SAAPP tactics aim to undermine public engagement and silence criticism, albeit via different methods. SLAPP suits intimidate and financially burden critics through legal proceedings, often without intending to win. In contrast, SAAPP attacks seek to deplete the target's morale and reputation, leading to self-censorship, withdrawal from public The common thread in both is their objective: to quell dissent and dominate public narratives. SLAPP achieves this through legal threats and financial pressures, whereas SAAPP extends its strategy to include tactics like online harassment and disinformation. All the SLAPP lawsuits are outlawed in numerous jurisdictions. This does not stop plaintiffs from bringing these types of cases. Despite their illegality, in many places, victims still face significant hurdles in countering them, especially when the plaintiffs are wealthy and powerful. These adversaries often possess the means to sustain lengthy and costly legal battles.
So which is it, Jackie? Jackie's always on about how these trolls are in their parents' basement, they'll never achieve anything, they'll never amount to anything. He's always railing about that, but now they're wealthy and influential. Which is it, Jackie? Why can't you keep the story straight? Why does the story always have to change with the bullshit you are making up in that moment? Like, why? Jackie doesn't believe anything. Jackie has no beliefs. She has no convictions. She doesn't know the difference between lying and rhetoric. She doesn't know the difference between crafting a well-argued point and making shit up. Whatever is convenient is what she will say in the moment. And as soon as Pat becomes too much of an inconvenience rather than a case in the news that she can point to support her bullshit, she's going to turn on Pat too. Like, she's a turncoat. She's turned on GNAA. She used to work for the army. She turned on them. She's a total she's a multiple defector. She's a double defector, a triple defector. Like, I don't know if I'm remembering this right, but I think there used to be a guy during World War II, a Japanese guy, who changed sides, like, for some reason the number 7 sticks out for me 7 times during the war, and then eventually it just killed him. That's what Jackie is. Jackie is that, but on the internet.
Placing disproportionate pressure on defendants who may lack similar resources. This imbalance not only challenges the victim's ability to defend themselves, but also underscores a broader issue of access to justice. Despite legal protections against SLAPPs, the reality is that fighting these cases often demands substantial financial and emotional resilience, making it difficult for many to stand against such tactics. The use of SLAPP suits and SAAPP tactics by some law firms, particularly those representing influential and well-heeled clients like Russian oligarchs.
What law firms? What oligarchs? You can't say some. Which ones? Spit it out, Jackie. Which ones? You're making shit up. Patrick S. Tomlinson had the gall to call this fantastic scholarship. Scholarship? This is not scholarship. I graded papers in university. If this was handed to me by a first-year student, I would go, what the fuck are you talking about? What are your sources? Who are you referencing? You're making the vaguest statements. You're coining terminology when it's unnecessary. This is a waste of everybody's time. This is exhausting, Jackie. Stop it. Uh, and let's go.
Is a disturbing development. These entities are now harnessing their considerable resources to run these strategies in tandem, turning them into not just personal attacks but threats to public discourse and democracy. This combination of legal and extra-legal
Who is
methods
doing it,
represents
Jackie?
a troubling shift
Name
towards
names.
suppressing dissent and free speech, intensifying the struggle for narrative control and raising serious concerns about power imbalances and individual rights in public dialogue. SAAPP attacks pose a grave threat, not just to the well-being of those targeted, but to the integrity of public discourse.
How?
By explicitly naming and defining these attacks, we take an essential first step in developing effective counter-traces and safeguarding individuals' fundamental rights to participate in public life.
So, that was some Jackie nonsense. Hang on. I just want to see this. I want to see this wonderful crash one more time. So that was Jackie's article. Yeah. I don't know if she can tell that she's just stupid. She's a liar. She's stupid. She's a bad person. Every accusation she throws out is an admission. Every single one. Everything she says others do to threaten democracy is shit she does herself. She, again, I gave the Dan Sobel example. She's always threatening people. She's always threatening to dox people. There's a son of a diplomat over in like Norway or some shit. She doxed him because his handle was vaguely similar to a handle associated with somebody with an hacking or swatting organization she was trying to bring down. She is ruthless, dangerous, nearsighted. She is stupid. She is a fucking moron. And she likes keeping Pat around because he tells her she's smart. But the guy's got a fucking high school GPA of a Shetland pony. His books are basically the trendy thing inserted into Star Trek fan fiction. Not even Star Trek fan fiction, like Babylon 5 fan fiction. It is... The problem is there's stupid people who know they're stupid. There's stupid people who know there's certain things they'll never be able to do. Like, you know, you meet these guys and they know they're dumb. They're like they're a cook at a restaurant. They're fine. They don't want to invest. They don't want to play the stock market. They don't want to, find out. They don't want to find out how magnets work. They're fine. They're cooking. They're providing. That's good enough. And then there's really stupid people that don't know they're stupid. And they don't believe people and the overwhelming evidence that life itself has given them that they're fucking stupid. And they ignore that. They think they're smart. They find other stupid people that think they're smart. And they tell each other how smart they are until they fucking believe it. Jackie is a mouth-breathing, drool cup, helmet-worthy moron who thinks she's fucking smart. And her evidence is people like Pat Tomlinson telling her she does great scholarship. Paul Weimar. Just a circle jerk of idiots. An endless fucking circle jerk daisy chain of idiots going, you're smart and you're good. No, you're smart and you're good. No, you're smart and you're good. Let's go dox some people. These fucking scumbags. I am tired of them. I am done with them. I fucking never want to hear the name Jackie Singh again, but she's so starved for attention with her little fucking... The entire Pat's Row Gallery, they're so hungry. Just vampire fucking monsters need that attention. I am going to hear about Jackie again. You can't avoid. I can't avoid Jackie. You can't avoid Jackie. She's if you're anywhere, she is going to end up in your community. You're either going to be a target of hers or she's going to join your community and you'll become a target of another community because she'll start shit with them. Because and they'll think she represents you because she's just that fucking delusional. She thinks she's a leader. She thinks she's smart. She thinks people want to hear what she has to say. She is a fucking dope. Enough with the Jackie. Enough. All right, let's try this racetrack one last time, and then I think we got a show. I think that's it for today. Yeah. Let's get back to it. I'll turn the sound back on unless it's doing that weird thing again. Okay. Let's get back to some stunts.